This guy had just £500 in his bank account when he wrote a line of code that would generate trillions in wealth. Meet Gavin Wood, the guy who wrote Ethereum's Yellow Paper, which is basically the blueprint that actually makes it work. And he did it all while living on just £1,000 a month. He was raised by a single mom and her abusive husband, and he spent most of his life feeling alone. Growing up, he found peace in coding and eventually got a job at Microsoft working on video games. And this is when he stumbled on an article about Bitcoin. The article talked about how it had shot from $1 to $5, which, trust me, was a big deal at the time. What excited him was an article that he then came across a year later, which talked about the tech behind it. And this time, Gav was hooked. And he was so fascinated by the article that he set off to find the man behind it, which led him to a 5-story London squat. But it wasn't just any building. It was filled with Bitcoin OGs who were cooking up tech that the world had never seen before. That's where he met Vitalik Buterin. Some know him for his habit of dressing up in weird costumes like dinosaurs and buffercorns, but most people know him as the co-founder of Ethereum. And Vitalik had written out this white paper which set out his vision for Ethereum. Gav took one look at it, and in that sweaty moment, he saw the future. He knew exactly the mission which he wanted to devote himself to for the rest of his life. But there was just one small little problem. Gav was broke, and he'd already failed 2 startups before this. But then along came Gav's saving grace, a guy called Johnny Bitcoin. Johnny Bitcoin saw the look in Gav's eye, the potential he had, and threw him a lifeline. He'd give Gav a meager amount of money, but enough to survive on so that he could work on Ethereum. And over the next few months, working day and night, no one would have expected Gav, the underdog who'd just come into blockchain, would write the Yellow Paper, laying the foundations for a $1 trillion ecosystem. When Ethereum launched, Gav became a multimillionaire overnight, along with countless others who had invested in his abilities. And his work paved the way for other billion-dollar technologies like stablecoins, NFTs, and decentralized finance. Some say that Gavin Wood is the true father of Web3, but the reality is that he's probably too busy coding to care.